welcome to our channel. We're gonna be changing out my bed of strawberries. It's March, so this is when you should do fertilizing, and I'm doing transplanting because my bed has lost so much dirt over the last couple years that now there's only like half a bed of dirt in here. So I'm planning on digging out all of the strawberries and getting rid of all of the junk and old debris, and then I'm going to fill it with dirt and transplant it, all the strawberries back in, and then I'm going to do a fertilizer. I do a lot of seedlings, so I have fish fertilizer, fish emulsion on hand, so that's what I'm going to fertilize them with now, and then probably a month or so down the road I'll come back through and do a granular fertilizer, and I like to use this one here. It's good for all of my garden. I just sprinkle it around on all my plants once or twice a year. I also have chickens, so I use their straw bedding as fertilizer and mulch throughout different times of the year. So I'm gonna get to digging up strawberry plants. I'm going to try to save as much of the roots as I can, so I'm kind of digging down. The strawberries don't have deep roots, so I'm just kind of getting the bulk so I don't destroy too much of the roots. I'm just going to take that and get rid of any old debris. I'll snip those off so I don't damage the plant. So then I'll set that all aside and transplant them back in here after I fill it with dirt. So I found this little guy. This is a root ball from a strawberry plant. I don't know if it will grow back or not, so I'm one who will give every little plant a fighting chance, and I will put this back in the ground, and it's either gonna die off completely and rot out and help the soil anyways with nutrients, or it'll start growing a new plant. So we'll set that one aside. Okay, so I'm pulling out the last plant now. I've got an empty bed of strawberries. Now it's just all the debris. I use pine needles and bark for a lot of my mulch because it puts a lot of acidic nutrients in the soil, and berries are they really like having the acidic nutrients in there. So, and I just leave all of that kind of stuff in there. I took out like some of the leafy junk that was in there because grass was growing in there, and I just let whatever grows grow unless it's taking over. So I just leave all of some of the leaf and stuff like that in there to help break down and provide more nutrients, natural nutrients for the soil. So I'm going to put this last one over here. I've got quite a big collection of strawberry. Okay, so I got all this soil loosened up, and it looks really, really good. There's some chunky stuff in there, a couple of weeds still. I have very nice looking soil. So I've got a acidic soil because I got some of this from my blueberry plants and I still had some left over. So I'm going to put one of these bags in here, and then this is just a regular potting mix that has some nutrients and stuff in it. So I'm just going to mix those in here and mix it all up together, and then I'll get my strawberry plants planted back in there. This is a top mulch, and there's all kinds of little critters in there. There's even some worms.
There's Lucy.
Definitely
Lucy Lou.
Okay. And this is nice and full again now. These strawberries are going to be loving this. There's a lot of different ways that people do transplanting and preparing their garden beds and things like that. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and see if this is a way you want to try it. If you have any questions, give me a shout out. Okay, I think that is ready. Now I'm gonna start placing some strawberries. I'm just gonna kind of set them where I kind of want them a little bit. And most of these are suckers from the original plants. I don't know how many I'm going to end up with, so I'm kind of grouping them close together first. Okay, I think that those are all good in there, nice and planted, nice spread out, looks much better than the original clip. And if you like this video, let us know, give us a thumbs up. And I'm gonna get my fertilizer together. Okay, so I mixed up my fertilizer, 3 tablespoons per gallon of water, and I already put some on each plant. And you want to make sure not to get it on the leaves. So if that's all I was doing for watering, I would have been more careful, but so it got on the leaves. So I need to water the whole thing thoroughly, because I don't want those roots to get dry and go into shock and have any issues with any of the plants. So now I'm just going to go ahead and water thoroughly the entire bed and rinse off each plant really good. Get any dirt off of them and any fertilizer that may have been on them, because fertilizer can burn the leaves. So no matter what fertilizer you're using, you don't want to have it on the leaves because it can burn them. I'm just going to thoroughly water all of this. Normally I don't water in the middle of the day because of the sun, and water on the leaves can cause burning also, but it's not real warm today, and this area is going to start getting shade again here pretty soon because of the time of year. It doesn't get full sun. But the strawberries themselves thrive in this area. They do require full sun. Unless you're in a really hot climate. I'm in zone 9B, which gets mild winters. We get a little bit of snow, but these have grown back every year. I'm just about done watering all of these new strawberry plants that I separated from the original 6, then gave me about 25 plants, so that's a nice improvement. Couple little tips for winter prep. When you're going into the winter, I take my straw fresh from the chicken coop and I put a whole layer of straw over it, and it helps protect it through the winter time and make it so that the plants don't freeze quite so much. We get a little bit of snow. However, 2 years ago we got about 3 feet of snow, and these came back just fine after that. So having some mulch over them is helpful. And then Full sun is what I have them in the majority of the summer, and then in the heat of the summer, I water extra times. Like instead of a couple times a week, I almost have to water daily because these dry out fast. In elevated beds, you have warmth all around them, so the soil dries out a lot faster. So I just got to come in water probably every other day on these in the peak of the summer. So if this video helps you out, let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching Garden Grime
And Timber Time.
We'll see you next time. And here is the completed project of the strawberry bed transformation. I think those are going to be very happy. Thank you for watching.